Okay, so we just posted on why do stress fractures happen. It's the spring, everybody's getting out to run outside, track season is starting, and there's a lot going on that we start stressing our bones a little bit. So understanding why stress fractures happen can help us understand of how to potentially reduce their risk or prevent them. So the first thing to know about stress fractures is the stress we put on bones when we run, when we jump, when we move is a normal stress. It is good. It generally will make our bones stronger, but our body is designed to handle stress of the bones. But what happens is when we stress the bone in a positive way, these little cells called osteoclasts come in and they clean up the bone. So they clean up the area that was damaged. They remove kind of the waste products that were created, and then they kind of prepare it for the next crew to come in. So think about these as little demolition workers. They come in, they break down the waste, and they get rid of it. Then come the osteoblasts. They're the builders. So they come back in, and they're cells that are made to blast and build bone. So they replace the damaged area with new bone. And in the ideal world, this process should make our bones more robust and stronger. The problem happens when we stress too much and don't have enough recovery. So if you think you keep stressing the bone and the osteoclasts keep coming in to clean it up, but the osteoblasts never get their chance to actually repair and rebuild the bone, this will weaken the bone over time. And that's what we want to try to avoid. So the outcome, if we have too much stress with not enough recovery, is that the bone becomes weaker. And then a stress fracture. We are now calling them more bone stress injuries because it's not necessarily like a fracture all the way through the bone, but it is an area of the bone that is impacted and weakened. So the solution is to try to balance stress and recovery. So giving your body proper rest and proper fuel so that the osteoblasts can rebuild and do their job. So a SMART training program with gradual progression is one that will help to build bone resilience. So if you're out running, what does that mean? If you haven't been running at all, it might mean that you should take more days off. So if you run every third day as opposed to every day, if you think about that, the osteoclast can come clean, the osteoblast can come build. If you let that process happen, the chances that you'll recover well are higher. The other side is preparing yourself. So strength training, jump training, where you're getting your body used to the forces that you're putting through the ground. If you're doing this stuff in the off season, when you're not really, when you're not running maybe outside, that will help you prepare to get back to running outside. And last is fuel. So if you don't have enough calories to support the work you're doing, we see this a lot in our track, in our cross country and runners, athletes, that if they don't have enough fuel, they can't rebuild. And actually, when we don't have enough fuel, our body takes from our bones as one of the first places, and that then impacts their ability to heal, their ability to become stronger, and then that can be a major reason for stress fractures. So a gradual progression of programs, preparation prior to the season as much as possible, and proper fuel will be things that help you to balance that stress and recovery. So if you want to stay strong, if you want to avoid these stress fractures or bone stress injuries, train well, eat well, recover well. If you have questions, let us know.